Hamish is sitting on a chair, which I realised would. It did
it's
autofocus.
auto-focused.
It did autofocus. Who's that man? Why has he got that giant lampshade?
It's got so much character.
Oh, and look who it is.
It's actually Hamish.
Bro.
You all got a gander of my Crocs. And a chair.
And your shorts.
That's how comfortable you are among us.
What do you guys wear?
Willing to get the Crocs out.
Do you wear trousers during the podcast?
No.
I mean, I am wearing trousers right now.
Well, because I knew I was going on
Not
the
in the
chair,
summer.
I thought I better put something on.
Better put some boxes on.
Not
in the winter when it's a bit.
He saves it as a surprise for the end of the podcast once he's turned the cameras off.
Guys, you don't want to see it.
It's just like The Simpsons. It feels like I'm wearing nothing at all.
We've seen it so many times. It's just, it's nothing at all, really. But
no, I actually sometimes, because I'm putting Freya to bed, I have pajama bottoms on. But I always make sure I have a top on. Do you know? You see the guys that wear shorts, but wears their suit. Like
absolutely,
yeah. They're working from home. There's no way.
Zoom call.
Yeah,
the Zoom call special. Yeah. But we gotta talk. Right, we gotta do. Last episode,
we've got a lot of stuff.
I felt like I slowed us down.
No, don't worry.
Quite dramatically. This time, I'm gonna be the one that says,
"Are you?
Let's get through it." Because we got so much flesh and blood stuff.
We have got a lot of flesh and blood stuff.
We can't.
Would you like to start, Trip? Would you like to start with the Wheel of Fortune?
Oh my god! Yes, thank you, Simon.
You're gonna.
I am not. I'm not prepared.
Yeah, no. Before we just
Okay.
let me give Trip a bit of time, right, guys?
Yeah,
you're probably gonna notice that the tone of my voice is a little bit lower.
Oh.
So.
Oh.
Goodness me. So lock up your wives or husbands.
Oh, damn it.
So, well, anyway. I don't know why. I don't have a cough. I don't have a cold, but I do have something that's making my voice a bit lower. So let's get on with the wheel.
Bad news, guys.
What's the bad news?
Firstly, someone just fell over in my flat. But apart from that, you guess who's won?
Shin.
Is it Shin again?
Yes.
No.
He's only got him one.
I like it how we're immediately disappointed. It's like, well, we all know it's Shin. We love
no
you,
wheel
Shin.
noise. No wheel. No. That's it.
No.
Well done.
No.
Move on.
Well done.
Okay, Hamish, what are you drinking?
All right. Well, Simon. It's only funny if you know how much of a goblin this guy is, even though he's probably the nicest guy we've ever met. Well done, Shin. Anyway,
it's been a while since we talked about Shin on the podcast.
It has been a while since we talked about Shin.
He's not won anything, has he?
No.
Wow.
Oh, that's rich coming from us as well.
Okay. So why were we doing the wheel Trip? What does it mean?
Well, because every episode of Push the Point, we give away 6 packs of Flesh and Blood, and these current packs came from the Thistle Tavern. We did pay for them ourselves.
We don't have to confirm that bit.
Well, they gave us a good deal. So shout out to Thistle Tavern. But yeah, if just by being a Push the Point patron, you get a chance of winning 6 packs of Flesh and Blood by just being a patron. Even if you're a £3 patron, so you get your money back if you win. And that's not the only thing you get for being a Push the Point patron. Is it, Hamish?
No, that's there's more. I don't know why I'm saying it like that.
We've got local radio DJ.
Is it, Hamish?
Oh no, it isn't, Chip. Not only that, you can get great deals. We also got we've got 3 amazing partners for our channel. Yeah, so we've got Thistle Tavern. An amazing Scottish single seller from Aberdeen. Check out their store if you're from the area. But if you're Push the Point patron, you get 10% off on all online singles from the store. So go check them out if you haven't already. We've also got Metal Fab Tokens, an amazing token seller from America. They do lots of different games as well, including the best Flesh and Blood. I've got a load of tokens here. So if you want it for Royal Mail prices from the UK, hit me up. And we can go from there. And we've also got PCG. They've got a UK office, if you didn't know. So if you want to get some premium card grading from any card game from PCG, check them out. All Push the Point patrons get a voucher, which you can get more details once you sign up. But that's basically the long and short. Thank you so much for all of our partners for your support. Thank you so much again for all the patrons for your support as well. Lets us be able to do all these really cool 6-pack giveaways so we can get really unhappy every time we pick Shin.
Every time we pick Shin. Or Jake.
Or Jake.
No, Jake's
Or
all
Jake.
right.
It could have been
No,
Jake.
Jake's
can
fine.
I just say, because so Jake Arms is a long-time patron, but one of the longest-standing patrons
Well,
in the
I don't know.
podcast.
Isn't
And
Not the longest, but
not the longest, one of the longest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the twin,
And,
the one that came next. It's not the oldest.
If I'm right, he's getting married the day after the podcast comes out.
Oh, well, congratulations to
I
Jake.
think he's getting married this weekend. So
if he is,
if I'm right, congratulations.
If
not even engaged.
he hasn't even got a girlfriend.
Anyway,
No, he
just thought I'd
is.
chuck it in there.
Yeah, congratulations, Jake, if that is true. But yeah, cool.
We should.
And
we,
on that
you know,
note,
we know
in a
we actually speak to
celebratory,
him. We could have found this out, but go for it.
Yeah, we could have found this out. In a celebratory, Hamish, what are you drinking?
Oh yes. So, I was looking in the shop today about whether my beer should be tied. Well, it's going to be tied to Worlds in some way. So, I thought.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah, I know. Well, let me just say that my first option I thought would be hard, which was find a beer that come from Japan, and it wasn't actually that hard. Find a beer that's come from Poland. Wow, that's really easy. So
Yeah.
I picked up this. It's Tyskie.
Tyskie.
Yeah, and it's proudly brewed in Poland because
sick.
Yeah.
That's good.
because
Actually brewed in Poland. Yeah, that's
it's
cool.
actually brewed in Poland.
Spoilers.
But we'll find out why, which I'm sure all of you may know. Simon, what are you drinking?
I am on call for work, so I've got my Brewdog AF Punk.
Oh, nice.
You know,
Nice.
keeping
nice.
it real.
Yeah. What about you, Trip?
Well, I have a confession,
Uh-oh.
which was last episode of the podcast, which was actually last Monday.
Yeah.
I actually had a very bad headache, so I didn't actually drink my beer. I want to know if either of you actually noticed.
I
that
didn't.
No,
So
I did not.
It's making a return because, as you can probably tell by my much more upbeat attitude this episode, I do not have a
You
headache.
did talk about it, but you didn't open it. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I would be sly about it. I was wondering if you would pick up on it, but I don't think we look at each other during the podcast.
No, it would be weird if we were actually in person. You go, look what I've brought, and then we just
You're like, wait a
sat there
second,
with a
stop the
beer.
podcast. Trip, you've
Cheers.
not drunk anything.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I know. I want to say, right. See you next episode.
cheers, everybody.
Cheers, everyone. Let's get down.
So, what did you guys spend your weekend doing? And did it involve copious amounts of YouTube streaming?
It did. No, it was a bit awkward time, wasn't it?
It
The old,
was. But can I clap the hands? Is it that time for home news?
Oh, we did
Let's do
home
it.
news.
Home
Oh,
news.
good.
Home news. Home news. Okay, ignoring the fact that this weekend we spent a bit of time watching the stream or rewatching it because it's in the middle of the night for us.
Yeah.
What did you do, Simon, from the last episode to here? Something that stood out.
Yeah. So the building work on the house is finished. We're just waiting for the decorator to come in. And
Lazy
on Saturday,
bugger.
I know. On Saturday, I went and played. I had a very indulgent gaming day on Saturday. I had the 5th anniversary celebration event for Flesh and Blood.
Oh yeah, that happened. Yeah.
Where I took CC Ira.
Yeah.
And that was fun, very nostalgic. And then almost straight after, an hour's gap, and then in the same game shop, we did a Halloween epic multiplayer Arkham Horror, which was really fun. So two lots of gaming on Saturday, and it was really, really quite fun. And then really boring but really satisfying. Hamish, you'll probably understand this. On Sunday, we had an impromptu house cleaning day where we just got got super productive.
Trip doesn't have kids, so he doesn't clean the home.
Doesn't get it.
I mean, I've got my
I'm
camera
sure you
pointed in
clean
a
the home.
very specific angle right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the home that's clean.
So
Clean
so
a
Nikki borrowed one of those washer vacs, like the carpet vacs, off of a friend.
Oh,
and
proper clean.
Yeah,
Wow.
she went around and did that. I cleaned up the garden, cleaned out all the raised beds of all the plants that had died over the last couple of months,
Where's
and
the kids?
then raked up all the leaves. They were playing really quietly in their new bedrooms.
You duct tape them to the ceiling. I got
Correct.
yes,
yeah. And actually, they came and helped me rake the leaves off the lawn. So they took it in turns to rake a pile of leaves, and then they swapped and then raked a pile of leaves, and then I picked them all up. It was quite fun. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, cool. So house cleaning weekend and a bit of fab on
Yeah,
the side,
and a bit of gaming. Yeah.
Nice trip.
Well, I was quite disappointed because I think I was talking about how I was looking forward to the 5th anniversary event that I was going to go to on Friday, but I still had a headache on Friday, so I ended up not going, which was a bit.
Was your migraine that? Did it go on all week?
5 day.
Oh,
It was
no.
5 day. Yeah, it was pretty rough actually. Not gonna lie.
Bro.
I'm not gonna lie. It was a pretty bad week.
No, that's
but I feel good now. But yeah, it wasn't.
Me and Trip
Yeah.
are migraine friends. Like we realised that we're both migraine buddies, but I have to say, I know that you definitely have it way worse than I do.
This was a particularly bad one, to be honest.
What
Like,
do you think?
normally,
what do you think triggered it?
Oh, I genuinely have no idea because it kept coming and going as well. Like I was off work on Tuesday, and then Wednesday I felt fine, so I went into work, and then by the end of the day I felt rubbish again. And then it was just one of those weeks. It was real.
Do you think it's a change in season? I reckon.
I was about to say.
I always say
there's
that.
a lot
Yeah.
around that.
Yeah.
But what I was going to say is that I was feeling a bit rough Saturday morning as well. But I did end up having a really nice Saturday morning because Simon shared his IRA list in our WhatsApp chat, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to sit down,
Just build it,
and rebuild IRA.
Yeah.
Because obviously I've taken that. It was blitz deck to pieces. So I just sat down and just put it all back together. Oh, it was so nice just going through.
It's quite cathartic, isn't it?
Yeah,
just having all the memories of the cards. And
I don't really do much deck building, but Ira's like the one deck where I enjoy thinking about all the different things you can, because you can play so much stuff in Ira. You can have a real nice sit down and have a little, I'll play this one for 5 or this one for 5 or this 2 for 6 with an on hit. Oh, it's the best. Though the saddest thing was, ignoring the headache or the migraine, was looking up, I should get my play set of Weakest Link. That'll be really good in Ira. And then I looked at the price.
50 quid card, mate. 40 quid card. Yeah.
Genuinely, you can't get it for. I can't see it for under 70, under 80 pounds.
Really?
Like it's people are talking about CNC. I can't. At least you can buy a Command and Conquer out there. They're really expensive, but I just can't find any Weakest Links for sale. Like
that's why I didn't have any in my list, my friend. That is why I didn't have any in my list.
And it's a Mysteria part of the Mistveil Majestic, which we opened a lot of. Like it was a draft. It was the it was Nat's draft set, and there seemed. I was just like, it's a good card, but
not that good.
It's good in Ira because you can make it cover for 7. But anyway, we'll talk about that later. But I had a real nice Saturday just doing that. Good. So shout out to Simon for sharing his list. Yeah. And I was very happy to see Give and Take in the top 8 Ira calling list, which is my favorite Ira card as well. So I was like, yeah, cool. We'll talk about that later. Cool. Hamish, what about yourself?
Well, okay. Went to IKEA, got this chair, and basically we've just been we've just been sorting this room out, and then as we're sorting this room out, we are doing, currently right now, my wife, Faye, is doing a toy purge because Christmas is coming up. So we've got to go.
A toy
purge, yeah.
Oh, I thought you said poi purge.
I thought you said,
don't have a pond.
No. Yeah, I thought you said koi. Yeah, I was like, you're killing fishes.
Yes.
I was like, they're not. They're quite expensive koi.
Yeah.
But fair enough. You got too many.
No. We got
toy purge.
Toy purge.
Was yours as well?
You know what? I actually have, because I've been.
Some of the Flesh and Blood cards are gone.
No, bro. No word of a lie. There's some boxes of heavy hitters and Dust Till Dawn from when we did those. When we did those 2 streaming. What's it when we were casting? We got a case, didn't we? So that's the only time I've actually had cases, and I'm sitting there going, "Is it been o'clock?" Because I've took all the cards I want out of it, and
just take the rares out.
Yeah,
Have you not taken the play sets of commons and rares?
No, to be honest, I actually haven't, and I'll probably sit there going, I'll go through it, and it'll just be the reason why it's still there. It's because I'm not. But I tell you what, should I do a bit of what's it? Men's health.
Oh,
Yeah, go
you
for it.
Talk about your cup.
Yeah.
Spoilers. Sorry.
So, if you don't know what this is,
literally.
it is
Audio listeners, he just lifted up
a specimen pot.
A specimen
a
cup,
specimen
you might call it.
pot. Yeah. So, some
Fortunately empty, but
well,
Oh,
no, I
God,
mean, I don't want to. I can't.
You're not allowed to do. I don't think you can show that on YouTube.
It's mayo, honest. Anyway, so
Trying to drink it.
it's some interesting facts I didn't know. So you have to, for me in Kettering, I've got a little post box I've got to throw it into. But you're not allowed to do nothing for 2 days.
yes.
Which is like, okay. Weirdly enough, when someone says no. Anyway,
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
and then after, once you've done your thing, you've got to get there in 3 hours. Which was like, this is interesting.
Oh, I didn't have that time stipulation.
Oh, it says on here, on my little manual on how to do it. It literally says I've got to. It is important that the sample arrives in the laboratory within 3 hours of production. It's like, okay.
Wow.
Please keep your sample warm by carrying it in an inside pocket next to your skin, especially if the weather is cold. So I was like,
Oh,
I like
mine
that.
had to go in a post. Like mine had to go in the post.
would you just did you give it to Royal Mail?
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
Absolutely. Yeah.
No way. No wonder they
Yeah,
come
it
back
went-
and said you're fine. They're all dead.
It went in. It went in a protective case, in a specimen pot, in a protective case,
Yeah.
in a baggie.
I
in a
mean, I'm
box.
glad.
I've
I'm
got,
glad you.
I've got the little
Yeah,
Yeah.
the baggie.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right, okay. Well, well, there you go.
Have we established why you're doing this? I don't. I was.
Yeah, we've done
We've
this.
spoken about it a long time
Okay,
ago.
okay.
Yeah, but just so people know.
Oh,
this is
just in case it's your first time.
Yeah, because
Just
if
in
you're a
case
first time
you've tuned.
listener,
If you're a first time listener, I don't know what
Hamish
episode
doesn't
ago.
just do it in a cup
sometime-
and send it off.
Find out if I've got something wrong with me. No, I went for the vasectomy way back in May, so it was a fun trip. If you want to check out that hilarious,
That was a fantastic episode.
yeah, you can go check it back. It's happens sometime in May. I don't know what episode it is, but
Believe it or not, it's not our only vasectomy episode.
believe it
No,
or
we
not, it's not.
did have a previous one.
Simon didn't go for the fun. He just showed up with the facts. I thought, well, I'm gonna vlog this. No, I'm joking.
Let's elaborate. Yeah.
It's just,
Anyway, so this is
the realization that we have a vasectomy arc.
we do. We're just
We're almost
your season
we're
3
almost
trip.
two-thirds
I've got,
there, yeah.
I've got some stuff to do.
We
This
are-
is
we are-
the classic Netflix where they do the first 2
Yeah.
seasons and then and
I'm
everyone
afraid it's
screams,
gonna
"When's
be-
season 3?"
Yeah, it's going to be a little
They
while
got
before we
cancelled
get
and then
that
they get
one.
brought back.
Yeah. Anyway, so this is the end of the road. This is where I see if I pass my test or not to see if I'm a Jaffa. So that is my that's my home
That's
news.
your men's health news.
That's my
Yeah.
men's health news. More to come because we're all men.
Literally.
men.
Manly men.
Yeah. Right. Let's talk about flesh and blood.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah.
Right. Let's
World
get,
Championship
let's just get
Soccer
this done.
2024.
Okay. Let's get this done. I'm going to say his name completely wrong. Simon, have you?
Gregor.
His
Gregor.
name's Simon. Simon.
No. What? Oh, right. Yes.
So-
that's how. You got
Gregor
me there, Josh.
Kowalski.
I got you, brother.
Yeah,
Don't
you
worry.
got me. Gregor Kowalski. Well done. Absolutely well done,
done,
for
Gregor.
taking it. I knew that. Wouldn't we say that?
You did say Enigma.
no,
In fact,
I didn't. I said no. I said Europe is going to take it. No
you
doubt.
did say Europe. I think we all wanted to say Europe, but we had to say different things.
Of course.
I owe you £5, good man, because Enigma was the most popular deck for the World Championships.
It was.
Just.
Yeah, it was just.
I was.
That was actually like. I mean, I won
I
by
thought it was going to
6.
be Aurora, and it was very close. I was very happy that how close it was actually.
Yeah. So I want to say, we just want to say this. Well done, Gregor Kowalski, for winning it, right? But
No, don't add the but. No, he played.
He played really well. He played really well.
Really well.
He played really
That's
well.
it.
That's it. Done. Well, the topic of count your blessings is another topic for later on.
Yeah.
But it has nothing
Do you know what?
with the
Can
fact
I
that
also
he
say?
smashed it.
Can I also say big shout out to Rob Catton?
Absolutely. I was going to say
Massive UK player,
Yeah.
and it's his second world top 8 appearance. That is incredible.
It is.
Like, that is incredible.
It is. He is. It's not shouted out enough that every time you see someone getting into a top 8 of a tier 4 event on multiple occasions, it is quite nuts. It is quite nuts to get there, and the fact that he did.
Like,
He was not even top 8. He was top.
He was
seed
top
of
of Swiss.
Top of Swiss. Bonkers. Absolutely bonkers.
And you look at people like Alan Lau. So, like, congratulations to Alan Lau getting into world top 8 for the first time, and he bubbled out in San Jose on 9th, and I think he was 12th last year.
Yeah.
So for him to get 2 top 16s, and now for him to get top 8, incredible achievement, super consistent. But then you compare that, Michael Hamilton, previous world champion in San Jose, gets another top 8 this year. Yeah. And Rob has also got 2 world's top 8s. He's in that conversation.
I know, and this is the thing. I think it's one of those things where, hey, everyone listen. The UK produces some good stuff, right? So
Europe and
the
UK.
Absolutely. Let's talk about it.
And we'll probably get to it as well, but we got Kashi in the final of the calling. So another UK player. So like
the current UK national champ.
Yeah, so pretty legit, TBH. Like I think Europe showing up strong. Like shout out to Mercy as well in the final.
Yeah.
So previous Rainbow League winner, Mercy, into the final of Worlds.
Yeah,
amazing.
She was the people's
amazing achievement.
I know that she was definitely like, when you're watching, there's like one person there's the people's champion. She was definitely the one that everyone wanted.
I had a feeling. I think I said I think I said Brody was going to win. I think I said an American was going to win it.
Yeah.
I still think that America they get. People make fun of American scene, but they're really good at the game, right?
Yeah,
like
they are really good.
It's just a big scene. Like Michael Hamilton's really, really good. Brady's really, really good. I was like, it seemed like a safe bet, to say. Like,
to be honest, it is a safe bet. All the regions are actually very good. Let's just.
There was a very even split of regions. So we had 3 from Europe, 3 from the US, and 2 from APAC.
Yeah,
that is a pretty good split for a world championship.
Yeah, that is
top
crazy.
8.
That is crazy.
Viscerai in the top 8 as well. Glossing over, like in terms of the heroes, kind of what we were expecting to see, like Dash, Dio, and Enigma, and Aurora, and we said Viscerai. So
can I do one more shout out to our patron, Alex Kitsu?
Yeah,
hitting 12th in Worlds.
Top 16.
He went 0-3 and then never lost a game.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was almost the path to like holy crap. Like he almost did a Pablo Pinto.
A Pablo.
Do we know what he was on, Hamish?
Yeah, he was on Viscerai.
Viscerai.
Yeah, he was on Viscerai. So massive shout out to Alex Kitsu, awesome patron, and just a dude that's just incredibly amazing on Viscerai.
Yeah.
So
very consistent.
Yeah, I just wanted to give him that shout out as well. And Jacob Clements, he was doing really, really well on that. Tom Howell, another patron. I think he got into the top. I'm going to get this wrong, Tom. I think he may have got into the top 16. Might have been the top 24, definitely. But another amazing Push Point patron and a UK player. Smashed it out of the park. Well done, everyone. So, good show.
What did you think about the event itself? Like, did you watch much of the stream, if any? Did you enjoy the games that you saw? Like, any highlights that came up?
Go for it, Trent.
Well, I didn't watch the stream live because it was kind of late at night, to be honest with you. So I kind of just woke up in the morning and flicked through some of the games, some of the matchups I wanted to see. I saw a couple of good games. Nothing like. Nothing at no particular game. I just wanted to say I really enjoyed just seeing Viscerai being played again. Not again because he does get played a bit, but it was just nice to see people throwing around like rune chants and like big attacks and stuff like that. And it was just like, yeah, this is cool. It felt like from the games I watched, like it just felt like I will ignore the count your blessing stuff for now. Like we'll obviously talk about that at some point. But it did really feel like watching Flesh and Blood, and it was fun, and like obviously you got like Aurora with aggression, and even Viscera is quite aggressive. But actually, like it felt fun. I enjoyed those games. I think Flesh and Blood is really fun to watch, with a couple of exceptions. And I really enjoyed watching the games I watched when I could flick through certain games that I didn't really enjoy watching so much.
I was quite impressed by the draft games as well, and I think that says a lot about the Rosetta Limited.
I have
format.
to be honest, I didn't watch a single.
I
Did you not?
To be honest, I didn't watch a single draft game either.
See,
Maybe I
really
should
enjoyed them.
No, I don't know.
I really enjoyed them.
The thing is, I can't like, and it's fine because I actually am very comfortable to say that watching a draft game is very, very interesting for me. Is because I'm watching a game. I'm more interested in the player, kind of not their deck. And if I don't really know who they are, I'm just watching a deck. I'll never see or play. It's nothing. It's kind of like you go, right, okay, cool. Who won? That's all I care about. And if it's someone I
get
know,
what you mean. I guess
I want to see that player do well. I want to see if they win. If it's a UK player or something. But if I'm not there the moment, I kind of go, well, it's done now.
I get, like, we know that I enjoy draft more than you, Hamish. So I get it. I don't know why I enjoyed watching the Rosetta draft games, and I definitely don't really watch. I didn't enjoy watching the Mistveil.
It's because you did 2 Pro Quests, so there's a connection that you've got to that format that you quite like, and I've got none, so I don't really have.
Yeah, I get it. But yeah, I enjoyed watching that. There was some incredible games on show. The Noah Bagelman, more defense, like mid-range Viscera, was really fun to watch in a couple of games. Actually,
I think that's one of the ones I enjoyed most.
And Sam Sutherland's game against Matt Rogers.
Oh my god, I was going to bring that up. Oh my days,
Matt Rogers has got 1 tunic counter and then just gets annihilated by a sequence of events that I don't think you'll ever see again.
Yeah, he got. Now, don't get me wrong. So Sam Sutherland is absolutely amazing. So when I say this isn't discrediting anything about his pure skill, but that dude, he high rolled the hell.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's fine. The game can do that, but like, bro, every top card you ever designed. Yeah. Here we go. Yeah. And he did it. Absolutely. And he had to like.
But he had to play it out, right?
Yeah, he had to sequence those events correctly, and he did. And he had to go, well, if the top card is this. Like it was nuts. It was nuts.
You just reminded me, I think my best game to watch, just for the complete aura around the game, was round 2 or 3. Yuki Lee Bender versus Pablo Pintor.
Okay,
and it was Yuki's Dash.io versus Pablo's. Was he on New? Or Enigma.
Yeah, I think it was a
new. Okay, I can't remember.
Could be wrong.
And it was a fantastic game. Ending, if you haven't seen it already, it ends on the last card in deck. The last card that Yuki has to play turns out to be a max velocity in Arsenal that she's kept there for like 3 turns for exact lethal. Like, that is the last card she has in her deck.
That's really cool.
That last term was just great to watch.
And then you're watching 2 very well-known players in the game.
They were in the advert for Flesh and Blood that was shown on the screens in Japan.
And they're hammering each other live in Japan. And it's like watching Germany versus France in the World Cup. And it's like the quarterfinals, and you're like, well, okay, but it's this game's going to be intense.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That was really good game.
Yeah. The Sam Sutherland game is something that I checked out and was a little bit like, oh wow, okay, this is crazy. And the only one I actually did manage to get to watch live, and it completely screwed up my sleep schedule, was the Rob Catton versus Greg Golf.
Yeah. Game. Started at like midnight.
It was a mistake. It was a mistake watching that entire game through. It was a mistake because I went to bed really late. But it was really, really cool to see. It was all in Rob's game, if that made sense, because that is the sort of game you're going to play. The other guy's going to block and he's going to try and run you out.
He played it so well. It was so tough.
So Gregov like did some like there was one or two moves I loved it. The fact that Rob left his arc lightning, or it could have been his wisp. No, it was the arc lightning in his arsenal for turns, turns and turns and turns. But then Gregov like also left his arsenal, which was Oasis Respite for turns and turns and turns. Yeah. And the reason he wanted to keep that is because he was when he plays arc lightning, he was going to say,
"It's from the same source."
Yeah, so he's going to Oasis the arc lightning. Which I was like,
yeah.
I know it seems small, but you kind of go, oh, that's cute.
Such high level.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't even comprehend that card interacting in that way. Plus, he was on lower health. Oh, the value he got out of that was just like, oh, that's really cool. Anyway, and it was just really cool seeing Rob. Like Greg was going to go, look, it's on you to execute a game plan to deal with me, because if you don't and you're just going to throw, I'll win.
Yeah.
So Rob went, okay. And I think there was a couple of turns that I think he really could have, like, don't get me wrong, Rob had a turn where Gregov really got with the exude confidence. And he had 3 defense reactions in his hand.
Yeah.
Bro.
But he couldn't make the most of that turn either.
No. So he was basically going, I guess I'm, like, you got me. But then that I suppose really that's where I think the game panned out in a bit of a like a, you know, some of Rob's turns I was a little like, oh, that's a bit unlucky that, you know, the sync led into this and then a rabble turned into a 3. So it's like okay, but at the same time you did get a massive exude confidence like moment where the opponent did have 3 defense reactions in his hand. What are the odds? Blah 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 blah. But it was just really nice seeing the chat, like, really recognize the talent of a UK player. And it's something that we know, because we know that Rob's a very good player.
Yeah.
And he was able, and it's nice to see a good player show off their skill, and it's someone you know, like live on the world stage. And you actually go, fair enough if you win or lose. It's really good to just see someone play well. It would have sucked if I saw Rob just throw it.
Yeah.
But you didn't.
And Rob had a game on stream earlier the day before as well against Michael Hamilton.
Yeah, and he actually,
and it was a great game.
It was good. He's lost both of his live stream games, but it was just you're just seeing the skill of someone. It's just nice seeing a skill of someone you know. Now everyone that we watch and play live are like all of them in the top 8 played really 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 well, right? And there was a couple of games where you saw some high roll, but that's fine. A Dash.io versus an Aurora game, someone is gonna just pop off, and that's the game. And I don't want to sort of go. We'll move this point on to the to the count your blessings point later on. But there was some interesting things that count your blessings makes other players do that actually makes a very enjoyable, like, flesh and blood game. You're sort of going, look, I'm going to make you demonstrate you're an amazing player, because I'm going to give you all this room to show off this amazing plan that you've got, if that makes sense. And watching Rob's game was basically going, oh, okay, this guy's really good, because it's not just a high roll. It's like,
he's planned and sequenced every single turn.
But that's what you've got to do. And if you can't do that, the deck will crush you.
And he pitch stacked it, right? He tried to pitch stack the Flicker Wisps and the Arc Lightnings and the Arcane like dealing damage.
So,
and he came up just short. It was just one turn too early or one turn too late, however you want to look at it.
And that's just me. I mean, I'm sure someone's going to look at this and go, I recognize this misplay. But it was just, I enjoy seeing someone just play really, really well. Anyway, Trip, is there any? So I've waffled on that one.
I wasn't going to go on any more about that. I think before we have the conversation about the count your blessings, I think just to state again, like, it's Gregor, right? The Polish guy, the one. Like, just a huge shout out to him for taking down the event.
Yeah, 100%.
Becoming the world the Flesh and Blood World Champion, which is
100%.
amazing,
Yeah.
and it is incredible to have another European champion, a European world champion, We've got European Pro Tour champions, and I think we can have a chat about Count Your Blessings, but I don't want anyone to conflate that with us. Like,
No.
this is the World Championships, and you should be
Greg
taking
also-
the deck that you
that
think
was
is the
100%.
best deck in the
Yeah.
format.
Yeah, 100%.
Even if people are saying the deck is is boring or it's broken or whatever, ultimately you are not there to play a deck that is that is fun to watch.
You're there to
win. And
No,
you
no,
take
this,
what you
so,
want to
th-
win.
so this
So
count,
just
this
want to make
count
that
your,
clear.
yeah, this count your blessings thing. It's more about what does this mean when it translates over to the local gaming store.
And let's talk. Let's talk about that.
Well,
yeah, let's. But yeah, that's.
Can before we
Greg,
before we get on that,
Awesome
like just
play.
while we're talking about the event itself and the stream, I just want to give a shout out to the commentary team as well, because like the whole weekend, the stream that Ethan put together was incredible, right? The production value of the stream was amazing.
Yeah.
My personal favorite commentary team was Sam O'Byrne and Pankage. I felt like they just like maybe the games fell in their favor as well, but that they just absolutely killed it. And I had a lot of appreciation for both of those guys doing an incredible job at the commentary.
Yeah.
Throughout the event, and that's again no disrespect to Brian and Craig, Brian Gottlieb and Craig Kemples, who did the other games. They were also amazing, and it's amazing to have a dev on the commentary team and talking about different parts of the game and how it's built. But the energy that Sam and Pankage brought to that stage was just phenomenal.
It's almost like you watch two amazing films, but one of them is your favorite, but it doesn't make the other film not
exactly
good. It was a really good film.
Yeah,
but this one was the favorite. Sam and Pankage is like, he is so.
His star is so high right now. Like he
knows
on
the game.
Absolute,
he knows the game, and Sam is just the hype master, right?
The energy.
He will make you like, he's getting hyped up, and Pankage is sitting there probably like, no, this guy's dead, right? But like, the hope, sell the hope. The hope, like, do you know what I mean? Oh my god, have we been doing this for this long? And he's going to be like this, and he's like that. And Pankage, they're probably sitting there going, well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. He's like, but yeah, no, awesome. Anyway, yes, sorry, Trip. Is there anything you wanted to throw in on the commentary team or anything?
No. I think, to be honest, it's almost like you don't even have to say it anymore. Well, we will keep saying it, but it is amazing that this game, which we have to remember is not the biggest game in the world. It's big to us. Don't get me wrong. It's big to you guys that listen. But it's not the biggest game in the world, and the fact that we get commentary and live coverage of this quality is
it's crazy.
Don't take it for granted, I guess is what I would say. Actually, we're very blessed. You might say we might want to count those blessings about how good the commentary is. But anyway,
and that's why he makes the big bucks.
So I'm gonna ask you guys a simple question, which is should Count Your Blessings be banned?
Yes.
And we'll start with Simon.
Okay.
I knew you were going to come to me.
Do you want me to just?
Should we start with Hamish?
Yeah.
Start with Hamish.
Okay. I think the answer is yeah. And maybe if I say banned, to be honest, even if they just muck any of it up by saying we limiting it to red only, which is effectively just a ban in any way. I think something may or may not need to happen, because this is kind of my take. I'm hearing a lot of unhappiness in store level play, where people are rocking up with a deck that just goes, doesn't really matter. It's kind of not even just an Enigma thing. Enigma is the one that pushes this card to its best space. But even Kale took Bravo with Count Your Blessings, fatigues everyone, and 9-0'd he smashed it. This card is quite powerful, and it's doing things that is going to make people go, okay, I guess I need to put in the silver bullets, and if you're not that, this just seems kind of not great. And it kind of feels like, when you play Kano exists. Ooh, time to put in your AB. It may be Kano time or not. It's not one hero. It's quite a few heroes doing this sort of job. And when you're watching someone win worlds with it, it sets the tone. Even if it might not be factually correct that this card is very strong and blah blah blah, and a lot of people are going to say this card isn't that good, but it won worlds now. The tone is set. It's the story is
so
made. The story's made, and it's not.
So I've got two
well.
counterpoints for you, Hamish.
Well, you need to give your opinion first.
I'm going to come down on the side then that it shouldn't be banned.
Okay, cool.
Right. So I hadn't thought of it this way, but I really appreciated your positive view on how actually it does encourage the opponents to think about how they're going to beat this deck.
Mm-hmm.
And it encourages a diversity of game plan and thought that maybe wouldn't be present otherwise. It's not just, as you said, it's not just Dash.io versus Aurora slamming each other around, right? You've got to think, it's a bit like Oldham used to make people think, how am I going to play this and game plan it out?
Yeah.
So it does encourage that diversity of thinking. At
least Oldham swung his hammer for 4.
Yeah, I know. But on that note, I feel like, and I know we did see a new with the Count Your Blessing, and maybe there were some Iras in the calling with Count Your Blessings. Like, Enigma is the perfect shell for that game plan, because they can make their own weapon, they can defend with that weapon and their footsteps. Like they can see out a lot of games, because a lot of weapons don't do more than 2 or 3 damage a turn. And even against Aurora or maybe Viscera, you're only seeing 1 rune chant and a couple from the weapon, or maybe 3 from the weapon as you go, right? So Enigma gives a very strange take where they can make they can take non-blocking cards and make them into block value every turn, and it just goes way too long. It's like the perfect shell for that Count Your Blessings package.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Whenever you see heroes, and it kind of falls into that same weird space that Icelander do, is that when you're a defender, if you can somehow play cards that when I have to pitch to do, I spend a card to do thing, otherwise Phantasmal Footsteps or Oasis Respite or whatever. It's really weird how you can actually start to see that those heroes that start, the second you find a hero that starts pitching cards to do defense move, somehow ends up being a really, really good defensive hero, because you've got, like, what was that card that Icelandic Shores played? Blue Brotherhood, was it Bonds of
Brotherhood of Arms?
Yeah. Stuff like
pitch
that.
2 to make it block 4.
No, right. Pitch 1 to make it block 4.
Oh, pitch 1.
Yeah, pitch 1 to make it. All that. It's weird how and Oldham was doing these sort of things, and now Enigma is, and all this sort of stuff. And Count Your Blessings just falls into that camp quite nicely. Yeah, because you go, okay,
of playing on the defensive turn.
Yeah, I'll pitch 1 to Phantasmal Footsteps and then block with card 2 floating.
Yeah,
it's all of that sort of synergy and game plan that kind of melds itself really well. But
this comes back to my second point, and I don't think LSS are going to ban a deck that just won World Championships. Like, I feel like
I've got a counterpoint to that, but carry on.
I feel like there are people that will have enjoyed watching the final, and people that would have said it was a bit of a snooze fest because of the way it played out. And that depends on the person that's been watching and their play style, personality, whatever. But I feel like it was such a big spectacle, and it was seen by more people than have ever tuned in to watch a World Championships for this game before. LSS, I don't think they can turn around and say we're going to ban the card that just won World Championships.
Okay, Trip.
Yeah, I think it's a really interesting. I think there's like 2 things at play here. Like, there's the element that this card led to an incredibly boring game, right?
Yeah.
For the lay viewer. I think Simon's being generous when he says some people would have watched that game and enjoyed it. Some people would have watched that game and not enjoyed it.
Weirdly
I think
enough, I didn't. I enjoyed
that's what I
watching
was
it,
going to
but it's
say.
only
I think
because I knew the player. But
yeah, I think the fab heads probably can get some enjoyment out of a game like that. But I would be very surprised if many like casual or even semi-casual, like semi-professional, like doing pro quest and things, it's not the most exciting game experience. However, I don't actually think that's the problem. I think Flesh and Blood's had boring games like that in the past. Oldham was pretty dull.
Yeah.
We've had fatigue. There's always going to be fatigue heroes in any card game, and I don't think that's a bad thing.
No.
I don't enjoy it. Don't get me wrong, but a lot of people don't enjoy Red Line Aggro. A lot of people don't enjoy 0-0-0-0 4 times the row. Well, 4-4-4-4, right? But I enjoy it, and I'm not here to like yuck anyone's yum. I think the problem I have, and I've said this on the podcast before, multiple times at this point, is that if you've got cards in the game that mean the game can't be finished in 55 minutes, those cards shouldn't be in the game.
Yeah.
Flesh and Blood is a 55-minute game. A game of Classic Constructed is 55 minutes. And if you can't finish the game in 55 minutes, then those cards shouldn't be in the game. Or the alternative, you increase the length of games, which they're never going to do.
No.
That is the problem with Count Your Blessings. And I think I was looking at old Jimmy White's, tenets for the game, right, which came out with the old book banning thing. And like one of those things that you're saying is, offer players strategies and card synergies that can create game states slanted towards offensive advantage, so that most games end with one hero being reduced to
Is
0
this the
life.
new ethos?
This is the new ethos, and that does happen. That does happen in 90 minutes. That very rarely happens in 55 minutes.
No, to be broke,
super strong
that's
players.
Not how. That's not even how they won Worlds. They won with both going. I'm on 30 health. I'm on 21. GG.
And that's the problem with the card. It's not that the games are boring.
It's not boring.
Sometimes you got to have a game like that, even though a lot of people won't enjoy watching it, because some people do. And it's part of card games. There's always going to be decks that you think, oh, it's so dull. And it's like, well, actually, some people enjoy that sort of thing. I don't get it, but fair enough. What the problem is that it's too long, and that's wrong. Like, it only seems to, and I've said this before, and I always say it, is I find it so strange that you can have a strategy that is designed for the top 8 where you have unlimited time, and then you have another strategy for the Swiss when you only have 55 minutes. It's just bizarre to me. So that's my problem with the card. Makes games go too long.
Okay. I think there's quite a lot to unpack here, and I think
there is.
So I think on my end is that when I watched Oldham play, somehow I feel less bothered, because I feel that is how he is meant to be. He is meant to grind out, and he kind of does occasionally go, I have a window I will open with a punch, and he does, and he does kill you.
And I will pulverize you, or I will open-hold you, or I will...
Yeah, and somehow watching how... Enigma can actually somehow get away with this a little bit. It feels a little bit in that vein. But somehow it feels really got rubbish to just see someone go, I heal for 10. And you just watch them go, number goes up. And you just think, it kind of just drains like my sort of viewership time to go, okay, we're seeing the numbers going down, and then it's like, and you're like, oh man, this doesn't feel very fun to watch. If it doesn't really feel very fun to play. So this game's so this has got nothing to do with Worlds. I think he did the right thing for Worlds. I think we had a story for Worlds. I think it happened, and it's totally fine. Going forward, it sucks. It's not fun. It's fine. Just it happened, and I think it's a learning curve of, this is what happened. Remember, we all said, what happens if you just healed? What happens if you played a game where you can't heal? And we could never do it because it's not very effective. And now we've actually found, I know you're saying that it won Worlds. It also got Michael Hamilton with a new deck to which is a completely different deck.
Two CYB decks in the top 8.
And and another antidote with Kale with his Bravo deck. It's not just Enigma. It's just the way this card forces you to play a certain game style. It's just kind of like.
But as Trip pointed out, it's very different in the Swiss rounds as it is in the top 8.
I don't have that same problem with Trip. I actually love the different strategies because Dromai was that deck that goes, bro, you need to move. And Oldham, you need to move in a Swiss game. You've got to execute a different strategy in a game style in the Swiss games, and then you can change that up for the top cut. I love seeing that because that's what you watch in sports games as well. The way you have to execute different plans at different moments
in a knockout tournament versus a group stage.
Yeah, it does 100%. have like World Cup final vibes of like it being the cagiest game you've ever seen in your life.
You'll never get a penalty in the group stages, but then we get to penalties, so there's just like a different mindset. The players get turned on in a different way. It is really different, and I don't mind that at all. But imagine if you just played a game where, okay, so players just don't score in football. This team is just going to force straws all day long to get into a penalty. So and you think, this sucks. We just made a football game. Turn around to go, everyone climb on the goal and then make sure they don't score, so we get to penalties.
Simon, what do you think about it? What do you think?
Yeah, no, I took the opposite stance to Hamish. I don't think they're going to ban it this time round.
So I think they will ban it. I think they will.
Yeah,
but I think
I'm in the minority 2-1.
Okay, well, no, that's two different questions. Are they going to ban it, and do you want it banned? Is a thing? Right?
Are they going to ban it? I think it does mess with that tenet of games should go down to 0. Well, we should try.
I think
that's a pretty damning indictment. But I think also should they?
So Simon, you think they shouldn't?
I don't know if Simon's saying that, actually. I think Simon's saying they won't.
I'm saying they won't.
You're saying they won't. I'm saying they would. Trip's saying they would. But now, do you think it should?
I think it should be restricted.
Which is a ban. It's not a ban. No, it is the power of the card. Is that you got 9 copies and they all stack on each other.
I think they'll make it one colour. If anything, I think they'll make it one colour.
Which is effectively, like, it is a ban. Like, it just won't be played at this point.
Can I just say something?
Go.
Can I just say something?
You can.
If this was an aggressive card, I think we would all be saying it's going to get banned.
Yeah.
And if you look at all the aggressive cards that have been banned from Flesh and Blood, there's so many of them.
Yeah.
And this is the non-aggressive version of an aggressive card. And I think the main reason why we say, maybe it shouldn't get banned, is because it doesn't say 0 for 4, generate 4, 0 for 4s in my hand, give everything +1, blah 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 blah. But I still think it has the same detrimental of effect on the game that some of the cards that banned out of the book, the big book banning of 2024.
Well, there's even before that. If you actually think of if you think of
the library lockdown.
Look, the book banning was so strong it burnt all my books in the background.
Yeah, he burnt his books in solidarity.
Yeah. No, but even like hypothermia is like that.
That's a really good example. That's a really good example.
I'm trying to think of something else. Crown of Seeds. Something just so long term. Like
I think when you ask the question like should it be banned, all I can say is listener at home, think it should be banned? You read the tenets that James White set out for like what he thinks Flesh and Blood should be, and ask yourself the question: do you think it meets those tenets? Because I don't think the evidence is there to say that this card is too competitively strong. Now I know just won Worlds, but actually, is there enough evidence to say that?
Yes.
I don't think there is. No, there is. I don't think there is.
No, of course there is. How many of them won the ProQuest? I'd love to know. I bet you most of them. And I can tell you now. I can tell you now. Both the ProQuests I went to, Enigma won, and it was that's a lie. No, that's a lie. The KO won the other one, but Enigma with Count Your Blessings won the biggest ProQuest in Nottingham. Straight up, and I bet all those wins.
That was also the first week that deck was a rat. Like after
and it just won Worlds. It went through 4 weeks of like pure
Yeah.
ProQuest grinding. We get to
Yeah.
Japan and it won. Like,
And
what
was
more do you
what
want?
was the most popular hero in the last week of ProQuest?
Viscerai.
Viscerai.
Wow.
So all I'm saying is,
All right.
I'm not sure the competitive argument is there, but I would say this could be a drone of brutality equivalent.
Yeah, maybe.
Where we just say to ourselves, you know what?
It happened.
We made a mistake.
This just doesn't meet the tenets of the game, and we don't want this. And LSS, I think I quite like LSS's approach to bans at the moment, where they're actually just being upfront with it. I don't think you get this in other games because there's too much thinking about. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Didn't express that very well, but whatever. And I think LSS are actually being quite brave and quite like actually.
They set
you know
the precedent.
we are going to ban Art of War, even though you
Yeah.
might have spent 120, 140 quid buying a new playset
Well,
because you know what? Actually, it's not right for the game.
They set the precedent early with Drone of Brutality to say if a card doesn't fit the way we want the game to play, we're going to take it away.
And the thing is, Simon, is they did that, and then they didn't. I don't think they followed through with that.
They didn't follow through with it.
They started strong, and we're like, actually, no, and we were like, oh, this is good, and then actually they didn't do that for a bit, and now I feel like they've come back so strongly with this book banning, where it's like, and I know we want stability in the game, we don't want to see bans. And, you know, it's I can't remember the last big tournament. Where there was a call for a ban after the big tournament, but
we had another card that while we were during the Worlds weekend that we were debating on.
Oh yeah, that we were discussing in our group.
There was a debate,
and that's a dash card.
It is high octane.
It's not a dash card. It's a mechanologist.
Sorry, it's a mechanologist card,
which
it's used most popularly in dash.
No, that's also not true. It's also in Max. That also enables.
It's pretty good in Max.
Yeah,
the Max
it turns out that card's pretty
but
nuts.
did we see any Max over the weekend on the stream?
Okay, it doesn't matter. Did we see?
We were talking about
octane?
it in. Yes.
Did you see High Octane showcased to its absolute insanity? Did you?
But
very good.
May I quote the Sam Sutherland game?
But did we also see it? All 3 copies boosted away before they could be used. Yes, we did. Like, I agree, and this is basically the point we've come to. The 3 of us have slightly different opinions. We all agree that it is a very powerful card. But within the shell of the decks that can use it, it can be boosted away so you don't even see it during the game. Like you can't
it's
even
really
use
interesting.
Well, no, that's
right?
like with a hero that turns around and goes, "What's on the top card of my deck?" So I can make that decision of whether I want to boost it away or not.
Absolutely,
all right.
Absolutely. But that changes your game plan as well.
All I'm going to say is that it's a super strong card. However, I think that mechanologists should get a slightly higher rate of card because at the end of the day, they can only bloody run mechanologist cards. It's this that mechanologist is unlike any other hero in the game.
Yeah.
If you are playing boost, which you generally are, well, we've seen it in the past. Don't get me wrong, but they should get something to say, okay, you know what, you can have this great stuff. And a lot of what they had that was great has been diluted from them when we were like, oh yeah, they get a 0 for 4 go again with 0 cost, right? But actually, a lot of heroes have that now. A lot of heroes have that now.
There is a cost, and it is the cost of like it doesn't feel like a cost now.
You know what I mean, though. Like, you know what I mean. Like, and bright lights. We barely saw that. We were seeing 1 for 4 again, and actually, you know, they've got their 0 for 4 again back now. Fast 0 for 4 some of the time.
Fast and Furious,
and they're getting that back again. And I think that if you asked it of any other hero, I'd be like, yeah, I know it's a bit strong. But mechanologists should have some, and I think Simon's point on this is great because when you play boost, mechanologist, if you're playing boost, like every other hero has 3 of their best card, but mechanologist has 0 to 3 of their best cards in any given matchup. And Hamish is right. Obviously, Dio is doing.
Well, you can just look because
you can just go, I won't do that one. But sometimes it's just on the top. And what are you going to do? Take a turn off?
Yeah, I know. And it doesn't change. Anyway. It doesn't change much. This is my sort of This is my take on.
I just built the bloody deck.
I think it should be looked at. I think it should be looked at and monitored. I don't think it's probably ban worthy yet. I wouldn't be shocked if they turn around and said, okay, well, let's see what Jarl Vitriti's coming out. We've got an Ice Earth hero. This could mess some stuff up. If it is just proving, again, we're pushing through, no matter what, we're just smashing right through all of this.
Honestly,
I wouldn't be
guys,
shocked if High Octane is gone.
Jarl is a ban list. Jarl is literally a ban list. Jarl is like, oh, that deck you love playing. Sorry, you can't play that anymore.
Yeah.
This is like people don't know. Some people don't know.
I think
it will be like that. Yeah.
Jarl's gonna mangle the meta.
Yeah, it's like, well, do you really like that card? Well,
But
you can't play it against ice. So.
Here's the thing as well, is that I still think it makes you sort of go, look, Trip, like, I know so we'll move on from the High Octane stuff. I'm going to drag boringly this Count Your Blessings stuff again. Bro, come on, imagine y'all just goes, look at these amazing cards. Look at this way you can play and just watch everyone go, count your blessings.
Count your blessings. Have you counted how many blessings I have in my grave?
Oh, by the way,
I've got many.
I've got quite a few count your blessings, and then followed up with an Oakenald. Oh,
yes,
wow.
Yes, an fused Oakenald, and then I'll count my blessings. It's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. So,
look, I won't stop until every deck in Flesh and Blood is either a Count Your Blessings or a Redline deck. That's all we want. We want two. Much like any good political system, we want two parties, no choice. Just you're Count Your Blessings or your zero.
And when you choose one, you can't change your mind.
You can't change your mind. I'm sure this will have aged very well on Friday.
Yeah. Okay, should I leave this?
It's late in the episode now. We can say what we really
I think we're going to leave that. I want to leave that there.
No.
We've talked,
I want to know.
Talked a lot.
No, we're going to do a what's hot, what's not American politics.
Yes, we're just going to smash this out, Simon. Well, we all know.
We're only go straight to Simon.
We're going to go to Simon. We're going to do a what's hot, what's not. Is it Kamala
Thank you, everybody, for joining us for this episode.
No. Before we go, I want to give a proper shout out to the other two winners from the big two winners from the weekend, other than Gregor. So the calling Osaka was won by Nikola Kramaric from Croatia on Zen. Calling was won by a Zen.
Ugh.
Oh, Zen.
I thought we killed him.
Which was not expecting that.
I thought he was dead.
He's dead.
We also saw, as Trip pointed out earlier, Imad Kashi, current UK champion, get to the final on New, so complete departure from his reign of terror on Zen.
He must have sat there and went, this calling finals in the bag.
Yeah. No. Didn't happen.
Did he get DQ?
This is some post 1 hour push the point content, right?
It's only a joke.
This is for the real. This is for the real fans.
It's only a joke.
And then the Battle Harden was Living Legend. And there were 8 different heroes.
Sorry, I'm a bit confused by this, Simon, because it says here that Kano won the Living Legend tournament, but Kano is not Living Legend. So can we disqualify?
Yeah, interesting, isn't it?
Turns out
different heroes.
Book's good. Yeah,
Books,
8 different heroes.
Books
good.
in Living Legends. So
they've got Will of Arcana in their deck. I bet you that never was. Do you reckon that was ever in the main board?
So Peter Budensiek
on
on Kano took down Oldham in the final.
Of course he did.
Win the battle.
Of course he did.
I know. Yeah,
that game was. Oldham was like, fuck.
But yeah,
I've
there was
got
a
all
change.
day. Should I just take the combo out of my deck?
That's
just
good
save
as well,
some
isn't it?
time. That's what the Will of Arcana is for, I guess.
Yeah.
If you're just like, yep, I've got all day, mate.
Yeah. Let's.
I'll have a free amp. Why not?
And as an extra trivia piece, this was the 3rd World Championships in a row won by the 8th seed.
Really?
Yeah.
That is a great pub quiz fact.
Michael Hamilton was 8th. Alex from sorry, Alex, I can't pronounce your surname. From Greece. He was the controversial 8th place. Whoa, it was 9th and it became 8th because of Kashi. And then he went and took it down. And now, great goal.
2 European World Champions.
It's amazing.
And 2. So how many Pro Tours have we won? 2. How many World Championships have we won? 2. Guys, you need to, gotta catch up, man. Gotta catch up. Even though we're gonna big up like an entire continent and say it's all us. But
hey, we got a Brit. We got Matt Folksy.
yeah,
and we got,
that's true. Yeah.
You got a Brit out there. Got a Brit Pole, Spaniard, and a Polish and a Greek guy. It's a good, all over the place.
Europe's the best region. And it's now not even me bigging this up and hoping. This is just pure facts at this point.
Yeah, in spite of everything we've done, it's the best region.
We've done nothing.
All right, shut it down.
Shut it down. Good episode.
You're going to tell me who won. This is the future. Harris won. Not even close. Simon?
No, I'm not. I'm no predictor.
Come on.
Come
on.
No,
It's going to be far too close to call.
No,
you know what my
Harris.
sorry, you know what my prediction is.
You actually didn't.
We will not know by the time of the next podcast.
No, that's
think
true.
it'll be held up?
Oh my god. Well, if we're still talking about it, then we know Harris won.
Good luck.
Yeah. All right.
To our good American friends.
Yeah. Good luck, everyone.
I think you could probably work out who we want to win. Ciao for now.
Ciao.
Love you, bye.
Bye.